Asman said recently in Japan, cheating's not that much of an issue.
かどうかっていう、どう思いますか？
浮気じゃない。
Westerners have the wrong idea about Asian people thanks to misleading street interviews and skewed data. Really?
I saw a Japanese video about body count. Do you have really many Japanese women nowadays a high body count? I'm pretty sure you watched some of the street interview content. Some girls in Shibuya answering controversial questions like, do Japanese women cheat? とか, but don't take it seriously. I'm not a big fan of street interviews. It's fun to watch for sure, and then it has a value, but their contents, I don't really appreciate it because they are only asking people in Shibuya, which is like, it's not the standard. It's not the Japan standard. It's not even Tokyo standard. Shibuya and Shinjuku is the most flashy, なんか super young だし, it's very one-sided.
Is that where all the hoes are at? Is that what she's saying? Yeah. Okay.
Place というか, those creators can easily cherry pick those controversial answers for views and contents, you know.
Oh, she's right about that. She definitely is. I think that they do that here too.
And then people take those videos seriously and then think,
oh, Japan's like that. Oh, that's horrible.
They really believe that way. And because street interviews really do well nowadays, you see Takashi, his channel is like million subscribers, a million views and stuff like that. So many other Japanese people started street interview channels, you know, that's for the views. So yeah, don't just believe that, don't take that too seriously. In the past, old days, am I too old? When I started watching YouTube, street interviewers in Japan are only Nobita, Yuta, Ask Japanese, and Asian Boss mo. At that time, I thought it was cool, especially Ask Japanese. Although they are only doing Harajuku, like one place all the time, they still do it more like professionally. Cathy Cat always do overview というか some analytics at the end. You know, it's not like...
I think no matter what, whenever you do an interview with a person, you're going to get a biased perspective. Because, like, everybody is going to be telling, like, their version of what life is like. So, like, if you ask, like, for example, like, here in Austin, like, if you went to the Domain or you went to 6th Street, you'd probably get, like, a different set of answers. Or if you go in front of the Capitol. Yeah, so it's like, the thing is with street interviews and stuff like that, it's always going to be partially subjective. At least partially.
What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Okay, thanks. Bye, guys.
Cathy always adds some value to it.
Uh-huh.
Their channel is owned by some kind of corporation. Recently, so many people started street interviews, right? For views.
Yeah.
Purely for views. They are becoming a little more extreme, you know.
The boring interviews were never shown, yeah.
Cheating in Japan. It's becoming a little more biased. Mm. I heard cheating is common in Japan. Oh my gosh, that question again. Again, the media, YouTube contents, they all talk about cheating wives, cheating men in Japan. Kind of make it look like Japan is the country of cheating. Everyone cheats. You can't find a loyal person in Japan. It's just so sad. Cheating do happen. That's happening in Japan.
What happens everywhere, yeah.
I don't deny that. But there are so many people who don't want to commit cheating, prostitution, that kind of nasty stuff. Simply sad, I think. This is something I want to say.
I don't know what's true. I really don't.
Those street interviews, right? Asking around very controversial topics to Japanese people, young Japanese people who are hanging out in an area that has red light district, like Shibuya, Shinjuku, Osaka, Namba.
Where the hoes are at, yeah. Yeah, we have places.
And asking around if they have cheated on someone. Yeah, of course, you are there to
Because the
get-
reality, right, is like, you know, you go to 6th Street, a lot of hoes on 6th Street, and you ask them if you've ever cheated before, and a lot of them are going to be like, ha, yeah. And that's going to be it.
that type of opinions, right? And those are the ones who take cheating lightly enough to talk about it in front of the camera. And then they pick up those specific type of Japanese men and women and then say, this is Japanese opinion.
Yeah.
Disgraceful, right? That's what I'm saying. Hello, what is this?
I think that's true. I think she's right about that.
What is going on? Yeah, he's
That's why
not
they call it
impressed.
Dirty Sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I was saying, they are picking up a small percentage of negative people, Japanese people, and portraying as that's Japanese people. If you have enough compassion, I think you would understand. But I want you to think about this. If you are a foreigner living in Japan, you are already having so many frustrations. Like getting visa is it's really hard for you. You must be visiting the immigration office every single year or 3 years. And it's really hard to get a visa. You see those restaurants and shops that say no foreigners, even though you are doing everything right, working in Japan, taxing in Japan, being kind to Japanese people. But this, I don't know, American.
I heard that Japanese people did like a protest recently where they were protesting against migrants, and they said they didn't want street shitters in their fucking country. I saw this. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god. And it's like, so I never really know what to believe. Here we go. Yep. Yep. It's mostly cops. I think it's cops protecting the people that are doing it, because you see the cops on the outside. Man, that is crazy. The special kind of immigrant, but yeah, how'd that happen? I mean, in my opinion, it's like if the people don't want immigrants to come to their country, or they don't want to have refugees or migrants or anything like that, that's totally good with me. I mean, they've got no fucking obligation to take in some other random country's people. Who gives a fuck about them? So yeah, no, I agree with them, right? I get it. Now, obviously, you know, it's like, I don't know if they have a democracy over there or not, but things like this should be voted on and then decided based off of the most amount of people who want the one thing. I don't know. I think it's pretty simple. Yeah, welcome to globalization. Well, you know, fuck them.
They are asking around that type of gaijin in like Shibuya and Roppongi, and those gaijins are like, oh, you know, Japanese people are so easy. You don't have to follow their manners. You don't have to learn the language and culture. You don't have to respect them. Just use the foreigner card, you know, make it look like all the foreigners, many foreigners in Japan are like that. You wouldn't feel good about it. It doesn't really make anything better about your life. The reputation of you as a foreigner in Japan might get worse even. You will be mad, right? And
I can guarantee you the reputation of foreigners is probably worse in Japan over the last 10 years. I mean, you had Logan Paul. I mean, that really didn't help at all, did it? That kind of really kind of messed things up, set things back a little bit. And then you had that other guy recently, Johnny Somali. Yeah, remember him?
It's what I am dealing with right now.
This is the last
As a
thing they
Japanese
want to
woman,
deal with.
Especially Japanese women, right? I mean, maybe I should talk about Japanese men too, but, you know, I am a Japanese woman. So representing Japanese women, we already have difficulties. It's hard for us to be taken seriously sometimes because of those JB actresses, those super cute, sexy anime characters and idols. People think that all Japanese women must be very easy とかね。You know, as myself.
People say that? Oh my god.
As a YouTuber.
I mean, if you gotta be like, well, you gotta be like 16 to think that. Like, I remember I went to the anime club in high school because I thought the girls in the anime club would look like the girls in anime. But, like, I was like 15 at the time, right? So I was a fucking idiot.
It's been hard to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
right?
I know,
Some
I
people
did.
don't really take my content seriously and then watching my channel just because Japanese girl. And then once I got married to someone, many people left because they didn't care about content. Yeah, it's been like that. It's already kind of hard to be taken seriously, not as a...
Oh, that's the way it is for any girl. Like, if a girl goes and announces that she is in a relationship, then there's a lot of people in chat that just got cucked. It is, and it's like I was really glad. Like, nowadays, like, most of my viewers are like either in long-term relationships or married or happily neats. But like, I remember whenever I got in my first on-stream relationship, that even affected my viewership. My viewers even got mad about that, and I was a fucking guy. Do you remember that? Like, it's totally, no, I couldn't even fucking believe it. Yeah, every other donation was like, yeah, it was nuts. The mentality is very common in Japan. Well, what I'm saying is it's common here, too. I mean, let's be honest. They can't relate anymore. Parasocial relationships? Well, it's also like, I mean, bros before hoes. What's she doing here? You know what I mean?
Cute, submissive, easy Japanese girl, but as a grown-up adult woman in general. And then recent YouTubers, right? Especially those street interviewers, like focusing on that negative sides of Japanese women doesn't help anything about my situation, other women's situation, who are doing everything right. I know. Sometimes it should be discussed, but what is the purpose of those creators by covering those topics? You know, I don't see any bigger purpose. ほらね, see? Do you know any JB women as friends? Can you introduce me? Yes. This actually happened in my real life too when I was younger. I mean, this is not
Oh
like
my god.
I'm attacking those creators. I think this is a very legit criticism. But yeah, thanks for listening to my TED Talk.
Well, that's nice. Well, I think this is just like, I think all the time about, oh my god, is that a knife? I think all the time, I'll link you guys a video. This was a nice, wholesome video. I think she's right, I do. And, yeah, baby doesn't have a face. Well, a lot of people don't want to have their kids, it's a fan. Oh, I thought that was a knife. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I thought that's what it was. Austin moment? I could explain why I thought that, but I won't. But anyway, so basically, I think it's very clear that ninja stereotypes, no. It's not because she's Asian. It's not that. It has that actually nothing to do with that specifically. It has to do with another situation that I had with an individual. But anyway, so let me go back and kind of like try to remember what I was gonna say before about this. Yeah, moving on. Yeah, so it's very obvious that of course, in Japan, there's going to be a lot of different people that have, you know, like they're behaving differently. They've got different values. And if you interview one group of people, that group of people is not going to be the only group of people that exists in Japan. That's just how it is, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It's not that big of a surprise. I'll link you guys the video again. But yeah, it seems pretty fair.